This client commissioned us to create the most expensive desk that we've ever created. We first begin by selecting two premium Bastogne walnut slabs and photographing them so that we can create a perfect 3D rendering of the layout for this piece. Once we have our layout finalized and approved by the client, we can begin breaking this slab down into its components that are going to fit in the mold for the resin pour. This desk is going to be unique in that it has a triple waterfall going down the two sides and the back edge of the desk, and to fill in all of the live edge voids that are left by this piece, we're going to be adding some of our Black Forest deep resin. Specifically, we're doing a midnight blue base layer for the initial pour that we're only going to pour about a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch thick. This is primarily to achieve the color that we're after, but it's also going to hide all of the hardware that's sitting beneath the desk and still allow visibility of that beautiful live edge through the top surface of the cured clear resin. Once our base layer has cured, we can come along with our clear resin and pour the remaining 2.5 inches to give us the total 3-inch thick desk that we're after. Then, after curing for 1 week in the form, we can get this desk popped out and lifted down to our CNC machine where we can remove the excess resin. From there, it's over to our SCM sliding panel saw, which we're going to use to cut the 45-degree angle cuts, which is going to allow this waterfall joinery to go together. After those cuts have been made, we come along with our domino and we're installing some solid maple dominoes just to give us some extra alignment and strength on this lamination. You'll also notice that we're using wood glue over the wooden sections of this lamination and epoxy over the epoxy sections. The reason that we don't use epoxy for the whole lamination is because in our experience we found that wood glue is far superior to creating a long-term joint that isn't going to fracture or break over time. Then, after that piece is cured in the clamps for 24 hours, we can get it sanded up using our Mirka sanders, and then it's time to begin working on the cabinetry that's going to sit beneath this desk. All of this cabinetry is going to be created from Canadian black walnut, and then the front faces of the drawers and the side faces of the gables that will be visible from the outside are going to be done in the matching Bastogne walnut. All of our drawer components are assembled with dovetail joinery and a veneered bottom to allow for proper expansion and contraction. And once all of that is cut, we use some Titebond 2 to glue all those components together, and then we can begin assembling the cabinet box that's going to sit beneath this desk. Here you can see that matching Bastogne walnut gable on the outside edge, and from there we can install our Bloom slides, we can begin cutting our doors to size, and get these hung on the outside of that desk. From there, we have a few more details to add, like a 2mm 45-degree bevel to the outside, and then we're sealing up all that grain to ensure that when we apply the spray finish to this piece, we're not having any pits or pores in the final product. This client has opted for the acrylic urethane finish because he plans on using this desk very heavily and doesn't want to have to worry about any maintenance on this piece. From there, we personally drove this piece down to our client's home in Salt Lake City and set it up in his gorgeous office. Fortunately, the drive went well, all of the pieces made it there safely, and once we were on site, it was as simple as unwrapping everything from the foam, getting it laid into our hardware, and standing back and enjoying our final product. Please let us know what you guys think about this desk in the comments below.